Now again, in this segment, we take a sidebar from the historical picture that chapter 10 to 12 in Daniel expand upon. But Michael the archangel is introduced, and of course, if you're a witness, you know the significance of that. So we should look more closely at just what the book of Daniel says about Michael the archangel. The first mention is in verse 13 that we read in the last segment. And what does that say?
That he is, in the New World Translation, it is Michael, one of the foremost princes.
New American Standard says one of the chief princes. Now, that in itself would be alien to a Jehovah's Witness, because what has he learned about Michael?
He's the archangel. That's how you always address him.
And where do you get that idea from? Well, the Watchtower.
Yeah.
The Watchtower says he's the only archangel, and they go to the logic that you can't have more than one highest angel, right?
Yeah, it's not to say that he's not referred to as archangel, but not exclusively.
Right. So the truth is that that expression, Michael the archangel, is only once in the Bible, and it's in Jude.
Right.
And in that, you might remember in that section of Jude, it's talking about a contest between the devil and Michael the archangel
over Moses'
body.
Right.
And it's in the context of a discussion of Jude about authority, recognizing authority. It makes the point that Michael the archangel doesn't dare to make an accusation or a judgment even on the devil.
Right.
So Michael the archangel, his rank as it were, is brought up in a very natural context about his humility in not daring to make an accusation or a railing against Satan.
Right.
But he's not called archangel in the text that is most familiar in our imaginations. In the text where we go to first when we think of Michael is Revelation 12. So it probably would be good for us to read Revelation 12.
Before we read, we were going to read 18 to 21.
Well, let's do that. Sorry to throw you.
Yeah, we were going to read Daniel 10, 18 to 21. And the one, like the appearance of an earthly man, proceeded to touch me again and strengthen me. And then he said, "Do not be afraid, O very desirable man. May you have peace. Be strong, yes, be strong." And as soon as he spoke with me, I exerted my strength and finally said, "Let my Lord speak, because you have strengthened me." So he went on to say, "Do you really know why I have come to you? And now I shall go back to fight with the prince of Persia. When I am going forth, look also, the prince of Greece is coming. However, I shall tell you the things noted down in the writing of truth, and there is no one holding strongly with me in these things, but Michael, the prince of you people."
So what do we now know about Michael?
That he's the prince of you people, which would be Israel.
One of the New American Standards says, Michael, your prince. So Michael, whoever he is not this person talking to Daniel. We've met Gabriel in prior chapters, in 8 and 9, who was named and identified. Apparently, Daniel has seen Gabriel, and now has Michael named. And Michael is not only one of the chief princes, he's the prince of, and maybe we should just jump ahead to Revelation 12, because there, I think, in Revelation 12, the most familiar text about Michael, his identity is also bound up with a certain set of symbols.
Okay.
Revelation 12, verse 7.
Okay. It says, "And war broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels battled with the dragon, and the dragon and its angels battled."
So who is Michael in Revelation 12:7? He is not named archangel, but he obviously is a very high prince or angel, because
he's commanding other angels, or has other angels.
He has, as it were, a legion or an army of angels that he's commanding. But that doesn't set him up unique, make him unique, because the dragon, Satan, also has his angels.
Right.
So whoever these high angels are, in the context here, Michael is brought into the picture in Revelation 12 right after the vision of the woman who is arrayed with sun, moon, and stars. And traditionally the church has understood that woman to be either, well, in the case of the Catholic Church, Mary, but that's not in the context, or the church, the bride of Christ as it were, or, and I believe this is the majority understanding these days, the nation of Israel. And what does this woman do? Well, this is where it connects with other Old Testament prophecies. There is a woman in Isaiah 66 who finally gives birth. But when she gives birth, what happens is tribulation.
Right.
And we'll see as we work through Daniel 10 to 12 that these concepts of a nation being born, a kingdom being born, and a great tribulation are brought together again. And so here in Revelation you see this woman gives birth, but what happens is that Satan attacks, and we have a unique tribulation period, which is 1260 days, which is several times brought up in the book of Revelation as the length of the tribulation period, but in conjunction with a woman giving birth to a king who sits on his throne, which antagonizes the devil. Now Michael again is brought in the picture, and we'll see in Daniel chapter 12 that that's continuous and consistent with what Daniel says about the birth of the kingdom.
Did you want to read Daniel 12:1?
Yeah, I think we should ask a question to a Jehovah's Witness about this, and the question would be along these lines. What does Scripture tell us for sure about Michael? Because we've already seen he's named as one of the chief princes. He's said to be your prince, that is Daniel and his people's prince. And now chapter 12 verse 1 gets even more specific.
And during that time Michael will stand up, the great prince, who is standing in behalf of the sons of your people. And there will certainly occur a time of distress, such as has not been made to occur since there came to be a nation until that time. And during that time, your people will escape, everyone who is found written down in the book. So again, your people is mentioned twice, and he's prince of them.
Michael's identity and assignment is brought in conjunction with your people again, consistently through the rest of Daniel. And now the Great Tribulation. The Great Tribulation has something to do with Daniel's people.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're a Jehovah's Witness, the Great Tribulation is a world event. But here it's specifically brought in as the culmination of the desolation that chapter 9 had introduced, this idea that there'll be a desolator who will one day be desolated. Michael the archangel is brought into the picture in conjunction with the end of that desolation. So in a subsequent segment we'll talk about what this very long chapter 11 going into chapter 12 has to say about that period of time between Daniel's day and the end of the desolation.